What's up, YouTube family? Welcome to another episode with your boy Ross Vega. It's Tuesday, July the 13th, I believe. It's 19:43 hours, 7:43. So this is an episode, man. It's been a while. I tried to figure out what the fuck I was gonna talk about for my first episode. I figured I would just talk about my first day in prison, first time in a pen. And for those of y'all who don't know, my name's Vega. That's my street name, football name, prison name. That's me. I'm from San Francisco, California. For those of you guys who are not familiar with the California penal system, congratulations. And for those of you who don't know or do know, we politic different. We move different. What do I mean by we politic different? Well, when you go in prison, one of the first things they have you do, we're already classified in county, but when you go to prison, you talk to classification. It's usually a sergeant, lieutenant, it's usually a sergeant. They ask you a whole battery of fucking questions. For your mental state, affiliations, things like that, demographics. So they ask you, what are you? And in California, we have Northerners, Southsiders, others, which I ran other, whites, and blacks. You also got, AIs, American Indian, and Paisa, who fall under Southside, or Asians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, shit like that. Those are all others. So I'm Puerto Rican and Nicaraguan. I ran other. I could have went black. So anyway, I'm in county. I do 9.5 months. I catch a case in San Mateo County. For those of y'all who don't know San Mateo County, don't ever fuck around over there. They will wash your ass. I go down for a bunch of second-degree burglaries, robberies, shit. Do 9.5 months. I get out. I'm out for 2 months. And then one day I'm on my way to work. I just hit a lick. On my way to work. And boom, cops hit me. But it was different. I had been, mind you, this is 2016. This is 2017. Yeah, 2017. This is October 2017. I had been locked up so many fucking times before that. But this time I knew for a fact I was going away. I was going to the pen. I knew that then and time, that there and that time, man, it was over with. So go to county, and I'm just trying to speed this shit up, man. I'm trying to hurry the fuck up. This fucking dump truck ass lawyer tries to come at me for 5 years and 4 months. I said, what? I know fucking people with bangers with prior strikes that get less fucking time than that. She's like, all right. She goes out. This bitch probably just walks outside, picks her, I'm not gonna say it, picks her shit, and walks back inside and says, okay, I talked to them. They're at 4 years, okay? And they're not gonna come down. I said, you know what? What's my base term? 16 months, right? Yes. Prop 57, but show. I knew right then and there that if I fucking behaved myself, I'd be out 16 motherfucking months. I said, let's run it. Went, got sentenced. My little brother and my girl were there that day. That was the hardest part of getting sentenced. Because I had already known 2.5, 3 months prior that I was going to prison. But it hurt having them here 4 years. Like that really hurt. That was January 3rd, 2018. I get to San Quentin, February 5th, 2018. Still remember that day, man. Left San Mateo County at like fucking 3 in the morning. Got to San Quentin at like almost 6. I didn't hit my cell until it was bill call. Right? This is my very first night in San Quentin. I get there. I'm in Donner section. 550. 5th tier. 50th cell. I'm all the way up. So if something cracks off, these motherfucking COs ain't going over there to fucking help you. So on my first night, bro, I'm walking in my cell. I see a motherfucker maybe 40 meters down the tier. And all of a sudden you see him say, fuck this! You see him stand up on a railing, jump. This motherfucker jumped 5 fucking floors. And you know what's crazy? I don't know if he died. I never found out if he died. That was my very first motherfucking night. So I finally get to my cell. I'm sitting in there, I'm by myself. It took me almost 16 hours to get from when I left my cell in San Mateo to get to my cell in San Quentin. And I'll tell you right now, everybody will tell you this. Everybody will tell you this. Especially on their first time. Don't know about their other times. But let me say this. I was fine, which is fucked up to say. I was fine doing all of that shit. Like, I had been locked up. I had, being incarcerated for so long, man. And I could see where people become institutional. But when I got to that cell, this is why I say everybody can tell you this. When they lock that door and they do the shutdown and you sit in that cell and you by yourself, and one of the first things people do, what I did, I unfolded my paperwork and I looked at my release date and I sat down and I looked up. And when I looked up, there was a saying right there. Was a quote, somebody wrote it in. It said, always remember to smile through the bullshit. Now, I only know Tupac to have said that. Where he got it from, I don't know. But that really resonated with me. Because there are a lot of times where people are really in their feelings. Because something bad really did happen to them. and you're warranted to feel bad. But something that I learned to help me get out of my shit when I feel like that is I think about, you know what, bud? You could have it way worse. You can not have a release date. You can have a release date 20 years from now. You can have some fucked up charges. You can not have your girl. You can not have your health. You can not have your mental faculties. You know, it could be way worse. So that chilled me out. Now we fast forward in the morning. I went to sleep. I ain't gonna lie. I fell asleep. It wasn't that hard to fall asleep. I put toilet paper in my ears and took my ass to sleep. Tied my shirt around my head like a little bandana for my eyes. Knocked the fuck out. Woke up. 5 something. It's time for chow at 6. So I go and I'm looking. And in daughter section, where I was at, it's the first 3 tiers is reception, and the bottom 2 tiers is death row. So we're not allowed to talk to nobody in the bottom tiers, on the first 2 tiers, because you don't know who you're talking to. I could be talking to motherfucking Scott Peterson. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? So you wasn't allowed to talk to them. So when we went to chow, we went to yard, we went out with all 3 tiers together. The only difference was when we went to yard is 5th tier and 4th tier were on the same yard, and 3rd tier was on the other yard. But you can go and say what's up through the gate, you know, give props to your homie, say what's up, talk about homie shit, whatever. So I get my shit, get my food, and go back to the cell. And I think this was a Tuesday. So yeah, matter of fact, it was a Tuesday. I believe it was. My very first full day is a Tuesday. We go to the yard. We had yard Tuesdays and Saturdays. Tuesdays you might get 4 hours. Saturday you get 8 hours. You know, and you outside. And I tell you right now, man, that's a really intimidating experience, walking through a yard, because when you in prison, you're segregated by levels of offenses, by your points, right? There's a system, there's a point system, and that'll give you get points for prison priors, you get points depending upon what charges you have, disciplinary actions, things like that. So depending upon your points that you've accrued, they'll send you to level 4, Pelican Bay. They'll send you to level 3, High Desert. They'll send you, or Lassen. They'll send you to level 2, CMC, whatever. But when you're in reception, you're mixed with everybody. And I'm in other. So we have one of the smallest numbers. So I go out to the yard and I see a couple of my homies from county, a couple of motherfuckers that I done seen before that I know. So they're telling me who's who, whatever. And when we get to yard, sometimes they might have you strip down to your boxers and walk so that you go through the metal detector, shit like that. Sometimes you just go suited up, whatever. And we go to yard and they let me know that it's an imaginary line, man. Right when you get there, it's an imaginary line that you gotta follow. You know, you got blacks on a basketball court, you got the Southsiders on a handball court, and then you got the whites on one section, and then you got the others. So I get over there, instantly say what's up to all the homies, introduce him, bring my paperwork to whoever the big homie is, let everybody know, boom. And and get to busting down, get to working out and everything, man. Eventually, I end up running the workouts and shit like that. But that was my first day, man. My first week. Little story for that. That week, this motherfucker that I was with was getting in all the dope. Not that I was with, that I was buying my shit from. He was on the 4th tier. And the people that he was rocking under, they wanted more dope, more money. Dude was like, come on, man, I'm already giving you guys a cut. You're not gonna press me like that. So, one day from Yard, and I can't say nothing. For those of y'all, I come from California, right? There's a lot of things we cannot divulge. Like, there's a lot of people's shows that I watch, and I'd be like, damn. He's telling people's names, the stories, all the shit. Like, fuck, bro. Like, you can't do that in California. You get fucked up. But that's just California, you know. That's just. So there are certain things I can and cannot say, even though I'm 1,000% motherfucker not going back. On that off chance something ever does happen and I do gotta step foot in those walls, I don't want nobody coming up to me and be like, hey, Vega, bro, why was you saying all this shit? You know, I don't know how people do that. And I don't want to put people's names out there and shit like that. But there's somebody on YouTube who does that. Talks a little too motherfucking much from California. And you know who you are. I'm not even going to say it. Motherfuckers know who he is. So anyway, man, this is another reason why I love 1,000% sure I ain't going back. I live in San Francisco. I'm on my way to Pacheco just to get 3 smoothies and come right back. That's what I love about being free. One of the things I love about being free. I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. I just had 8 hours of work today. I'm an electrician. Making Trey 5 an hour with no degree. I've only been out 2 years and 2 months. But anyway, by the grace of God and my girl, if I didn't have God, my girl, and my auntie, woo, it'd be bad, man. It'd be bad. So anyway, back to the story. So we come back from Yard, and they let people know, like, if something's gonna crack off, somebody come and let the heads of the other cars know, hey, whoa, okay, they're giving people heads up just in case, you know, when they do it for security on lack of collateral damage. They're trying to prevent collateral damage. So, you know, motherfuckers knew what was up. Dude ended up getting poked in the cell. And we looking, these motherfuckers is throwing him over the 4th tier. I look over there, they tossing him, throwing him. One dude still hitting him, tossing him. Cars coming. Boom, bring out the rubber bullets and all the shit. Boom, boom, boom. They start shooting. They still throw the motherfucker. Ah! Pow! My bad if I'm loud. I got my headphones on and I'm driving. I just smoke. Dude survives. I know that. Dude survives. And they lock everybody down. You know, they do their little investigation bullshit. That was motherfucking crazy. That was crazy. That was my first week in prison. And I'm not glorifying it. I can speak about it now. I used to be ashamed about it, but I'm not who I used to be. So I can speak about it now and find things humorous. And the only people probably who will find things humorous that I'm finding humorous are people who've been locked up. So prison saved my life. It saved my life. I was moving maney every day, and it saved my life because I was hitting licks. I was fucking robbing, sticking up, man. I'm thankful for my case, for what I got charged and convicted with. That's just say no more, right? But it, you don't go like 1090 Jake say, you don't go to prison for doing good. It's a home of the fuck ups. But you can make it rehabilitative if you do the right things. Like when I was over there, you couldn't talk to me about no street shit. Nobody who fucked with me could talk street shit around me. I'll tell them, hey bro, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Don't even talk to me about none of that shit, bro. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. The fuck? I don't want to hear none of that shit. We not talking about what work you finna do, what degree you finna get, where you gonna go vacation, what you gonna do for your family. I don't give a fuck. Let it be positive, man. And that's all I did, bro. I stayed around OGs, and I stayed reading. I stayed positive. I try to stay connected and take a look at my triggers and shit like that. But I'll let you know, and I'm going through a lot right now. I'm going through a lot. I get off of work, and I'm not even happy about getting off of work, because at the moment, I'm homeless. I had a spot. Shit happened. Rent's getting raised. I had to leave. So my girl's still at the place, but I'm homeless right now. I'm in the car. It's only for a little bit. My girl got a good job. I got a good job. It's just until the end of this month. We're looking for a spot in Santa Clara or San Jose. But I'll let you know, man, even on my fucked up days, I was just sick, and you could throw 10 times more at me. I still take any of the most fucked up shit that could happen to me outside than being inside. Because you know what? I have freedom. It is so big to get in your car, to go to. I'm about to get my smoothie right now, and the girl knows that I come from San Francisco. From here to there, that's about 30 something miles. I don't care. I love the fact that I can do it. I do it a couple times a week. So anyway, man, thanks for listening to my story. I'm gonna hit y'all with some more shit, more stories, more of my experiences, my life story, shit like that. Thanks, yeah. Peace.